attack by suspected armed gang members led by Umebewe Kingsley, also known as Gotham, and one Okpaka, as the OSPAC office beside Ahoada East Council Secretariat. Spokesperson for the command, Grace Iringa Koko, in a statement said the gang members opened fire on its operatives, killing a police corporal, Francis Friday, who was on special duty at the Secretariat with a special intervention squad, and an OSPAC member, Ngozi Ipa. According to the statement, the bodies of the victims have been deposited at the morgue for autopsy. SP Ringa Koko also said the Commissioner of Police, CP Olugbenga Adepoju, has visited the scene and deployed tactical teams to the area. She said the CP has also directed the area commander and DPO to intensify efforts to track down and arrest the perpetrators. She also said the CP has vowed that the killers of the police officer and the OSPAC member will not escape justice. The statement further urged residents to remain calm and cooperative by reporting any suspicious individuals or activities to the nearest police station. Okay, that sounds like a plan. After the break, we break it down. Stay with us. to jump into the arms of the next lover, right? Even with their best intentions, those who have been served breakfast consistently, the next person might be the best person on earth, and you would still be skeptical about opening your heart up to them. So that's where we are as a people, not just residents of Rivers, but Nigerians, really. It's hard to trust the police. It takes time, some wooing, some courting, some, oh, baby, come on, take it easy. I'm here to love you. But we're hoping it's not IGG, initial gragra, as we say. Let the police get to the bottom of this. And so far, 4 arrests have been made with the other case. Fingers crossed, we are waiting. I said earlier when we discussed it, I'm going to try as much as possible to remind the police about closing that particular case because it's important. Now we go from there to another headline. This was not one of the headlines I pre-sold earlier, but it made our 3 o'clock news, which is Rivers Today. And, my goodness, as I'm supposed to, I will take it. Because a part of me is already angry, as I usually am. A Toyota Sienna commercial bus crashed into a stray cow. You heard that correctly. A stray cow. Today, along the Emoha or Bakari Kalabari Road. A video shared on Facebook by FAAN Christopher Braid shows the injured cow on the side of the road with a bleeding nose and unable to move. One of the cow's horns was broken as a result of the collision. The bus was said to have rammed into the animal after it wandered onto the road. No lives were lost in the incident. Okay.
An accident just occurred along Emoha Kalabari Road involving a cow and a Sienna bus. No life was lost, but the cow is injured. You can see one of his horns is broken and it is bleeding from the nose. The horn just broke. The decision was able to stand up and walk properly. He stood up earlier and he staggered and fell. That's the bus and the passengers. Nobody's injured.
Okay. I don't know if I should say thank God for the cow's life, and that nobody lost their lives. The guy speaking was giving a report. The one in the background was running commentary. The horn breaking, no go die. Now, you might ask, what is a cow doing on the Emoha or Bakiri Kalabari Road? This cow did not look for a road that has one name. Emoha or Bakiri Kalabari Road. Why is a cow there? If you ask this question, then you're very likely not from Nigeria. But if you are Nigerian, you already know the answer to that question. But if you just came into the country, say, a cow on the road? Why, Sam? Then I will turn to you and say, my dear brother from Kenya, because I want to imagine that it doesn't happen in Kenya. We in Nigeria have learned to coexist with nature, just as it was in the beginning. So what does this mean? Well, have you heard of the Garden of Eden? So yes, I'm a Christian. If you remember, Adam was given the mandate of naming the animals. So, okay, that means that he lived in harmony with the animals. We in Nigeria like to return back to nature, where we coexist with cows. They are our brothers. That's how we do it here. I don't know how many times we're going to shout anti-grazing law. And you know, I want to hear the word stray. In fact, stray doesn't ever go with anything good. But we are used to hearing stray in some context. Stray means something went away from the designated path, right? It wandered off, or it went where it's not supposed to. Unfortunately, the first example that comes to mind is stray bullet. When bullets go and kill who is not supposed to kill, they say, it's a stray bullet from the nozzle of a policeman's gun. Then you have your child who doesn't hear word. What do you say? He has gone astray. Of all the strays I was expecting to hear, not cow. But why will we not hear stray cow when the coexistence of cow and human being is a norm in Nigeria? as long as we are not serious about implementing open grazing laws that exist in so many states in this country, including River State, there will be more stray cows. There will be coexistence. There will be Garden of Eden. I mean, it's easy for me to make a joke out of this, right? I'm trying to use humor to cope with what this is. But imagine if someone had died. I couldn't care less. The cow is bleeding in the nose, the horn is broken. The priority is human life first. Thank God that nobody died. Because if someone did, how do we explain it? The person was not shot. The person was not kidnapped. They were not sick. They were just being Nigerians. They boarded a vehicle heading somewhere. And from nowhere appeared a cow. And my brother take that, yo. What would we write in his obituary? Is it gone too soon? Or called to glory? Because it doesn't qualify for any of them. Gone by a stray cow. We need to be serious in this country. The political will to implement those laws needs to be activated. It's not a joke anymore. Because farmer-header clashes are some of the small worries we might have to deal with. The ripple effect of having cattle roam freely in towns, cities, streets, and different parts of the country. We might not be able to handle the repercussions of it. Well, we move from that to our next headline, and then I'll take some calls. Now, remember, this one was not supposed to be a part of it, but hey, what will the Son of Man do? We'll talk about the stray cow. Let's see, the federal government has dismissed the security threat within Abuja city as alleged by the United States mission in Nigeria. The government made the rebuttal on Monday while responding to an advisory by the United States mission in Nigeria. This is a longer report, by the way. I don't know why I'm seeing this short one. Okay, here it is. Let's see. Okay, when that opens, I'll read it. So, apparently, the U.S. mission sent an advisory to its citizens in Nigeria telling them to avoid certain parts of the capital city. And this happens, right, from time to time. Even Nigeria, we do that for our citizens in other countries. Where there might be unrest, there might be need to warn them, right? You tell them to be safe. But we also do it on a personal level. I remember when I was in school, sometimes I just get random calls from my dad. Nigerian parents, in their usual nature of panicking and really just caring. I could be in school, and then my dad calls me. Oga, how far? I'm fine, sir. Where are you? I'm in my lodge. Okay. I heard that they are busting bottle at the junction in in the town where you live. I said, they are not busting bottle here, sir. We don't do bottles here. So, okay. And whenever he heard anything that happened very close to Oka, where I schooled, I went to Unizik, he will call. You don't want to know how many times my father has called me in this emergency rule to tell him the truth. And I keep saying, sir, there is nothing happening based on what you are thinking. So, no, you are lying to me. I said, at least, if there's anybody that knows, I work in a radio station now, sir. Right? So this is what people do. They send a warning and advisory if for any reason they believe that those that are near and dear to them are possibly in danger. So the US did that and told its people, please be careful when you roam around certain parts of Nigeria. The government responded. In a statement issued on Monday, the Minister of Information and National Orientation, Mohammed Idris, said there was no cause for alarm and the Nigerian security agencies are fully engaged in keeping the FCT and the rest of the country secure. It's good that they've put out a statement. I'm also hoping that there is action backing these words. But you see, perception is a whole nother conversation because Nigerians are more inclined to believe in the US mission. Do you know why? Because on certain subjects, it seems that those outside Nigeria are more concerned about the dangers happening inside Nigeria. Case in point, in the not so distant past, there were attacks in Benue. Guess what? There was a statement from the Pope before there was a statement from the president. If you just said what, that reaction is valid. No kidding. The Pope reacted almost immediately. Well, obviously we know why. But if you think about it, the Pope, as I've said before, is a religious and political leader. That's the leader of the Catholic Church and the leader of the Vatican City. So it's like the president of another country reacting to problems in your country before your own authorities. So when the US mission is advising his own people, be careful where you go in Abuja, it seems even Nigerians will not take the advice, say, this one where they don't tell people, no go left. If you like say, me self, we no be American, go avoid that left. So while the federal government is saying, there's no cause for alarm, avoid the left first. No cause, Abi, there's no problem. Let me just stay inside first. And hope that this time you get it right. There are more headlines coming up, but I'd like to take your thoughts. 0817-923-0002. 0817-923-0003. WhatsApp is 080-903-06. We talked about the 2 killed as sporadic gunshots rock Ahoada East local government area. We have talked about a stray cow finding its way to the wrong road. And the federal government dismissing a security threat in Abuja as suggested by the U.S. missions. If and when you call, turn off your radio. It is very necessary so we have a smooth conversation. What happened in Ahoada East, for me, I condemn it. Those cultists indulge perpetrating unscrupulous crimes. They should be brought to book by the police. That's from Ipalibo Taylor Harry. I agree with you 200%. What are we going to say about this news? No life was lost. Should we thank God for saving the life of the cow? God, they tell me, well, we thank God for all of God's creatures. He created man and he created cow. And everyone is safe. So yeah, Thanksgiving is in order. But don't use the particular cow to do suya for the Thanksgiving. No. We're thanking God for all their lives. Sam, what's the meaning of state of emergency? I thought by the imposition of a state of emergency in already peaceful rivers would have been by now militarized for the security of lives and property. Up to now, the so-called, I'll take that again, up to now, the administrator has not made any strong statement regarding the invasion of the council. God help us, Chinedu Sam says. Okay. Chinedu Sam, whether you agree with it or not, that's the administrator. He's not so-called. Greetings, Mr. Sam. The killing of innocent police officer and one local vigilante member in Ahoada, it's barbaric and condemnable. Security agents should be up and doing and clamp down the perpetrators to bring them to book. Owanete Clinton West says, again, I agree completely. It's impossible to argue with that position. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Mr. Sam.
Good afternoon. What's your name?
Obed Chima is my name.
Go ahead.
I call you from Port Harcourt.
All right.
Mr. Sam, on the issue of cow, I think, honestly, we are too quick to make laws instead of implementing those laws.
Obed, please turn off your radio.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Yes, we are too quick to make laws. The past administration of Nyesom Wike came up with the anti-grazing law.
That's right.
That was the event when the president then, Muhammadu Buhari, was asking the state to donate land. You understand, for that cattle colony or thereabouts. Now he went there and made that law. When he had presidential ambition, that law was put aside because of his ambition to become Nigerian president. So we are too quick to make these laws. You understand? So that law has been here in Rivers State without any implementation. And you can see, it's not the first I have seen cow. Which other day I was driving by, I saw cow at the middle of the night crossing main road, Mr. Sam. I mean, all these things, we have to do something about it, honestly. If it's better for state to donate land for that cattle colony, I will go for it. Do you understand? I go for it because we have markets where people sell. So something like that should be implemented. Let's have a better system. On the issue of Ahoada, Mr. Sam, I think the sole administrator of Rivers State have failed. Hopefully, I can tell you for free. The whole essence of President declaring emergency in Rivers State to a social administrator was that when you walk 1 mile away, you see dead body. Today, we are seeing people being killed. It's unfortunate.
Thank you, Obed. I have to move on now. Hello, good afternoon. Oh, my. Okay, call back if you can. 0817 923 0002. 0817 923 0003. Good afternoon, Sam. Are you thinking what I'm thinking? That car will be used for socio-economic feast by the community. That the collision occurred because they can't survive, according to eyewitness. Clinton, Mr. Fresh, please remove your eye from that cow. I don't think that should happen, right? Yes, the cow should not roam around, but it's somebody's cow. You can't say I go chop him because Nain do this. No. So the right things must be done. I remember such a call from my father when I was in Uniport. Yes, all our fathers called us because they heard something was happening in Choba Junction. Hello, good afternoon. Oh my. Hello?
Hello, Sam Oracle.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you.
What's your name?
Yeah, my name is Comrade Clinton. I'm calling from Bori.
Go ahead.
Yes, Sam, what's the purpose of enacting a law that cannot be implemented? Once a law has been enacted, it should be implemented. And if there is no implementation, rather, who are we to blame? It's the government in power. So I think that these laws exist, but the failure of the agencies responsible to implement it is the reason why you see herders roaming around in our farms and on our major roads. So I think that those agencies responsible for monitoring and regulating them should be held responsible for any act that these people cause. On the insecurity in Ahoada East, I don't really know what is going on there. Ahoada East have been plagued with so much insecurity, not today, it has been there. Even the Ox Park is going to start from there. Have been also indicted in the insecurity going on there. So I think that a state of emergency will also be declared in Ahoada East. And those people arrested. Look at what happened to the former...
Wait, hold on. Sorry, Clinton, to interrupt you. A state of emergency should be declared inside the state of emergency. Clinton. My goodness. So what will we call that one? Raise to power 2.
Double state of emergency.
I just heard what you said. Okay. If you insist, we will... Oh, Lord have mercy. Okay. Hello. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. What's your name?
My name is Yemi. I'm calling from Port Harcourt.
All right. Welcome, Yemi. Please go ahead.
This killing of Ahoada, somebody said that the administration has failed. Not like that. During the time they took the Agbati, I think the administration is not in Port Harcourt that time.
No, he wasn't.
Yes. It's not maybe because of the administrator or because of government. We need a tight security there. These people are there more than government. Tell me. Do you know that I'm coming from Lagos yesterday? 2 boys from junction to junction in the night. Yes, junction to junction. They will use something across road. Immediately I enter from Patani to Port Harcourt. It's very, very worse. It's only River State. I don't like people to be blaming administrator. What of the poor administrator was there? We have to do something.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Yemi. Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Patrick Amade, I'm calling from a church.
Go ahead.
The issue that I want to focus on now is the issue of cow. I will suggest and think that the reason why such a cow should appear in the middle of the road is, if you look very well, you will find out that either in the middle of bush, some of the cows, they kept in that place. The reason why I have this idea is, in nature, where I come from, these people will enter the land by themselves. they will go to the middle of that land, inside the forest, and they conquer that place for themselves and camp their cow there. You'll be seeing them either by midnight. They'll be sneaking out. You don't know where they are. They look like owner of the land, whereas we are the people that own the land.
Okay.
We have been crying, calling government attention to come. Not when the government hear that people have started fighting with these men. They will pay attention. We have warned them several times to leave a church. You will see them overcoming, destroying crops. Now they are being foodless now. My parents are crying. There's no food in the chain now as I'm talking to you. This thing has affected us. The farmers, all the mothers, they are crying day by day. And nobody is talking. Government is not paying attention. But it is when you see the cow die now, you will see them sending government to come and fight. So they should leave a chain. We have warned them, and we have warned them for the last time.
All right. Thank you for calling. I can understand the concern. Those are serious concerns. Sam, greetings. Those who rejoiced when Mr. President declared state of emergency in the state, how far? The allegation leveled against the Ahoada local government administrator should be properly investigated. From thank God, the police has a lot on its plate, I can tell you for free. Matter of fact, the police might need another plate. So they didn't give the cow first aid. Preposterous. Are you kidding me right now? I don't even know why I read that message. The problem in Ahoada is an indirect formula of extending the emergency rule in the state. Fidelis Elemua from Chokochweche says, good afternoon, Sam. I know definitely the federal government will have something to respond to the advice the U.S. is giving its citizens. Even the person responding to the statement knows deep down that Nigeria is not safe anymore, but because of politics, he would want to protect his job. I don't have a problem with the Nigerian government responding, right? Because whether or not you accept, that statement kind of affects the image of the country. But as much as you are quick to make a statement, also be quick to take action to ensure that your rebuttal of the country is safe turns out to be true. Yeah, that's just what needs to happen. Action needs to accompany the words. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, Sam Oracle.
Good afternoon. What's your name?
I'm Michael.
All right. Go ahead.
Yeah. Sam Oracle.
Sir?
The issue of this stealing in Ahoada is government. Sam Oracle, it was very wonderful last night. We run up and down. I took it there from there, but I run away. This morning from out there. I'm from Ahoada. The shooting last night, it was terrible.
Where did you go?
People running in that bush. People where to hide. And this guy, this Opaka, is a late two-brother boy.
Okay.
So now, he's one of them that the kid did DPU that time. And he was one of them wanted. And since then, after the voting, the kids, the police leave the whole thing. And because they are coming out again, why the commissioner of police refused to take care of the matter? People living in Ahoada yesterday, they are here. As I'm talking to you, it was too much shooting yesterday. I never heard that gunshot. And 2 people is dead now.
Yeah. I
hope the commissioner of police will rise up now and track this guy down. They should track him down. If not, another crisis will come again more than Tubaba's own.
Okay.
Because he is next king now to Tubabu. He is next leader now as Tuba don't die.
Okay.
So please, let the commissioner of police hear us now. We are sure all of them there. Track down all of them there. People that are living with good peace now they don't start to run again now.
Okay.
Oracle.
I completely understand.
They have called the commissioner of police to listen to us so that we will not run away from that place.
Okay. Thank you very much for calling. The police did make a statement. I'm hoping that we can hold on to that statement. They've condemned the attack and They've said that they will get to the bottom of it. The DPO, area commander, have been commanded to intensify efforts to track down and arrest the perpetrators. Okay. So we have another break coming up. After that, I'll run through what has to be the final headline. And, well, the business news happens at 4. Stay with us.